What's going on, you guys, and welcome to my channel, Scorpio Moon Tarot. I am Angela and I will be your reader today. So today we are asking the question, what's going on beneath the surface? This could be about anyone you're trying to understand at a deeper level, or anyone, could be romantic, platonic, family, friend, whatever. Anyone you just feel like you're not getting a good or clear reading on. You can't tell what's going on. Maybe they're acting distant. Maybe they just seem off. Maybe, whatever. Okay. We'll have two piles, pile 1 and pile 2. And then we'll go ahead and get started. So what is going on beneath the surface of the person on your mind? So we'll go ahead and get started with pile 1. Hi, pile 1. Welcome to your reading. I already have your cards laid out for you. So we have the 5 of Swords, the Queen of Swords reversed, the 2 of Swords, 8 of Pentacles, the Emperor, the 3 of Pentacles, and 5 of Cups at the bottom of the deck. So what's going on with this person? I'll go ahead and get started with the Emperor, and I'll just say off rip, especially the Emperor being surrounded by the 8 of Pentacles and the 3 of Pentacles, that whatever's going on with your person, it feels like it's to do with work. So if you, pile 1, were feeling like whatever's going on with this person, if they're acting distant or however they're acting, it doesn't look like it has to do with you. It has to do with work, how they make their money, the people at work. So it feels like maybe there's an issue at work with the 5 of Swords and the Queen of Swords reversed. Maybe there's a misunderstanding, but it looks like if you could see this 5 of Swords, it's, the 5 of Swords usually means like winning at all costs. There's usually one person holding a sword, and it looks like there's like 2 people walking away. But this one in particular, it's of someone holding a broom, trying to smack a rat on the head, or maybe sweep the rat away. But so this kind of gives me, and this rat is protecting cheese. So I feel like this is either your person or someone within your person's orbit at work who is giving them a hard time. It may be a highly competitive field of work that your person works in, but it feels like with the Queen of Swords reversed, that because even this Queen of Swords looks like she is sitting on her throne, but she also looks like she is just about done, just about had it with her subjects, with the people around her. It looks like she has her eyes closed, and she's just like trying to center herself, trying to fight off frustration or settle her spirit because she's so frustrated. So it could be that your person is going through a very tough time at work. They may have to make a decision with the 2 of Swords here with the 8 of Pentacles regarding their work, and they're having a hard time making this decision, possibly because there is someone distracting them at work or giving them a hard time. It could be their boss. That's very, very common, where your boss is just giving you a hard time. Sorry, my cat just decided to pay me a visit. Because it looks like this Emperor, he's got his hand out like he's expecting something to be placed into his hand. So it could be like a report, it could be a contract, whatever your person does for work. It feels like that's what's really bothering them. So if you were concerned, I don't know if I mentioned this already, if you were concerned that it had something to do with you, it's not about you. It's mainly about whatever they do for work. And then we also have the 5 of Cups at the bottom of the deck. So I'm not sure if the person on your mind suffered a loss recently or in the past, and that's also taking a toll on your person. It could be a loss that is tied to their work as well. That's giving them a difficult time. With the Five of Cups, we have the Hermit right behind the Five of Cups. So I feel like maybe they could be pulling away from just any relationship outside of work, just so that they can get through this period of um, whatever's happening here. I do feel like they are um, focused on trying to work with the people within their job, even if the people around them are giving them a hard time. It still seems like with the Three of Pentacles here, that they're trying to work with these people, but it's just not been an easy time. They may have just had a loss of patience, a loss of maybe a little bit taking a hit to their confidence. Whatever it is, they're not having an easy time here. It feels like they're at a crossroads too. Like maybe they have to make a decision on whether or not they stay with this company or pursue something different. For some, maybe they would like to leave this job, but it could be financially they're not able to do that yet, or they don't feel ready to expand on their own. But with the Five of Swords here, it definitely looks like there is someone within their orbit, specifically at work, giving them a very difficult time. Because with the Queen of Swords here in reverse, I feel like this is your person and they're not feeling quite like themselves. They may even feel confused with the Queen of Swords and the Two of Swords, like they don't know what to do about this person or what's going on at work. But I can tell that they're trying really hard to keep it together, trying really hard to work through this. So I think that's where most of their attention is going and why they may seem distant at this time, because they're having just a hard time at work. And I'm going to pull a romantic Lenormand. Again, this could be platonic or romantic. I'm just going to see how they're feeling about you, Pile 1. If you hear purring, that's just my cat. Let's see, how does Pile 1's person feel about them at this time? So we have the cross and the bear. I mean, with the cross and the bear here, I feel like, because when I look at the bear, it makes me feel like someone's protective, someone's nurturing. Egypt, girl, get you could do all that down there. Sorry. It feels like with the cross and the bear, like you could feel, or they could feel, since we're talking from their perspective, they feel like a very spiritual connection to you, maybe even protective, maybe even kind of a nurturing energy towards you. And this cross here on this romantic Lenormand has like a cup at its center. So there's definitely some emotions here tied to that spiritual bond that they have with you. For some of you, this could even be like someone who provides for you financially. They could be your husband, or it could be just like your significant other, like a partner that takes care of you. For some, it could be like a parent, but it could be. But with this lamb here, right at the cross's feet, it feels like, I don't know, it's just like a tenderness, like a gentle, they feel, when they think about you, it's like this like tender, soft, gentle innocence that they, when they think of you, there's like this innocence, this like tenderness, this gentle vibe. Like, so I feel like for you, pile one, you probably already know this. Just remember that tarot just validates what you already know. You know this, how this person feels about you, but you're probably not used to them feeling or pulling away. But like, again, it's nothing to do with you. This is definitely to do with some sort of work environment, or how they make their money if they're an independent money maker. So I just think you don't have anything to worry about. But I also think you know that, but you're just not used to this person pulling away from you. So let's see what advice Spirit has for you. Advice for pile one. I think the advice would be, with Three of Pentacles here, that you would just continue to work with your person, being patient, maybe even providing some sort of support for them at this time, like maybe emotional support, spiritual support, just whatever you can do to help them through this difficult period at work. Because I think this might last a little bit longer, or it could just be because it's the Christmas season, holiday season, and usually that time is kind of like especially if it's someone who works in retail or something like that, there's a lot going on, business travels, just a lot of coming into contact with a lot of different people, personalities, deadlines. This could be someone who works in the tax field. Yeah, so I think you would just, the advice would be just to, work with your person, not take anything personally. I have the Four of Pentacles here in reverse and the Nine of Swords. I think you're worried too much about what's going on, even though I feel like intuitively your intuition is letting you know everything's cool, but you're still kind of worried. But I think you would just need to kind of take a step back and reevaluate the situation. Maybe even try communicating with your person and letting go of like this fear. I feel like you're probably worked up in your mind, going through various scenarios about what's going on or why they're pulling away, why they feel so distant. It doesn't look like it has to do anything with like an outside person. When I say that, I mean like a third party or a romantic third party. Like they're not cheating. That's what I'm trying to say. It seems like this has to do more so with work, with finances, and probably a contract or something, whatever type of work this person does. It could be anything, where they have a deadline or they have to collaborate with others to get certain things done. And it feels like they're facing a lot of expectations from their boss that maybe they feel like they cannot meet, or they're struggling to meet, and that's taking a toll on them, which is also taking a toll on you because you're not really sure what's going on, like 100% sure, because maybe this person isn't communicating everything that's going on at work. But I would again try to communicate with them, just try to provide some sort of support. You yourself would just want to collaborate with them just to provide whatever they need to help get through this period of life. And I think you'll be fine. I think you'll just have to wait it out and try to do whatever you can to ease your mind, unless your intuition is telling you something completely different than what I'm saying. Okay, then that's different. Trust your intuition, trust your inner guidance. Okay, Pile 1, that's all I have for you today. I hope that resonates with you. Yeah, comment, like, and subscribe. I'll talk to you guys later. All right, if you picked Pile 2, this is going to be your reading about what's going on beneath the surface of your person. And 2 cards just came out. So we have the 3 of Wands, the 9 of Swords. Let's see what else. What's going on with Pile 2's person? What's going on beneath the surface? And if you hear purring in the background, it's just my cat. One of my cats. Let's see. What's going on beneath the surface? Pile 2. Okay, we have the 4 of Wands. And the High Priestess in reverse, with the Hanged Man in reverse at the bottom of the deck. So let me see what's going on with this person. So starting with the 3 of Wands and the 9 of Swords, it feels like maybe your person is waiting for something. This could be, seems like something they're passionate about, or maybe they applied for a new job, maybe they applied for a loan, even though I don't really see any, there aren't any pentacles here, but whatever they're waiting for, they could be just waiting for a sign from the universe. They could be waiting for communication from someone specific, or a company or something like that. Because with the 9 of Swords here, with the 3 of Wands, it just looks like, you know, the 3 of Wands is like waiting for your ship to come in, or waiting for something. You're at the shore of the ocean and you're watching some ships coming towards you. In this particular deck, it's a woman standing on the edge, and there are birds coming in towards her. You know, birds can symbolize communication. And with the 9 of Swords here, you know, the sword's also a sign of communication, but it feels like maybe they're anxiously waiting for communication from someone, something about some form of, this could be like a house. Maybe they're trying to buy a house with this 4 of Wands here, or an apartment. And it could be with the High Priestess here, maybe nobody, not even you, obviously, maybe you have like an idea of what's going on with them, but it feels like maybe not a lot of people know. They haven't shared this with everybody. Maybe they're keeping it a secret, about them trying to get into a new apartment or buy a new home. Because we have the 4 of Wands here with the High Priestess reverse. This tells me like not a lot of people know what's really going on with this person, but it has to do with their foundation. So this could be like their foundation financially, but it could also be they're waiting to hear like if they received a loan to purchase a house or something like that. Or like I already mentioned, like an apartment. And with the Hanged Man in reverse at the bottom of the deck, I think it feels like maybe this was kind of like, this is something that they kind of stepped out on faith to do. Like they weren't 100% certain that they would be qualified to make this purchase or qualified to receive this apartment, or if they're looking for a new job in a different sector, maybe they don't feel qualified to do the job, or they don't think someone else would think they were qualified, because the Nine of Swords is usually depicted as someone outside of the person on the card creating some sort of stress. And that could be what it is. Like there's just something about them not feeling 100% secure about something within their foundation. Like I said, they could be trying to purchase a new house or get a new apartment or go for a new type of position that they may not have a lot of experience or any experience at all. But it feels like though they were led, even though the Fool isn't here, but with the Hanged Man in reverse, it feels like there's something in their mental space that kind of pushed them towards this direction, And since it's very fresh and new, they're not really certain about themselves, whatever is going on here, and they're not confident that they'll receive what it is they're looking for, asking for. And we have the Nine of Cups right behind the Hanged Man reverse, and the Nine of Cups is in reverse. So this tells me they're not feeling very confident about receiving whatever it is they're looking for, trying to attain. But again, like it has to do with something within their foundation. They could be just trying to build something new, like a new home, get a new apartment, trying a new job field. Something about their foundation feels shaky. But this has to do with someone else making a decision about whether or not they'll be able to build this or establish this new foundation. I also feel like I said, they feel like this was a jump of faith. Like they went out there on faith to try to attain this thing. And it feels like maybe initially they felt led by the spirit to go in this direction. But with the High Priestess in reverse, they may feel, I don't want to say abandoned, but now they may kind of feel like alone or uncertain. Like I don't know, something about this feels like it doesn't feel like completely alone, but it kind of feels like maybe the spirit that led them to this decision kind of is taking a step back, kind of watching them sweat. Like that's kind of like the vibe I'm getting. Like I don't know if this is actually happening, but it feels like this is how your person is feeling. I don't think they've been abandoned, but I do think this is just mainly like a test of faith. So their attention is kind of drawn to whatever it is they're trying to attain, and that's what they're focused on. And it doesn't feel like this has anything to do with you. I mean, it could be for some with the Four of Wands here that maybe they're just trying to buy a home or get a new apartment so that they can build a life with you, for some of you. But this doesn't feel like driven by romance. This feels driven by this person's future, what they're trying to have in their future. I feel like, especially with this Nine of Swords, this woman is down on her knees. She's got her face covered, but there's a wolf right behind her. So I feel like this person is supported. They kind of feel the support, but you know how our mind kind of plays tricks on us, and because we're kind of dependent on someone else making a decision for our future, that makes this person very uncomfortable. So I'm just going to pull some romantic Lenormand cards to see how your person is feeling about you. Pile two's person feel about pile two? How do they feel about them? Oh, so we have the cross, the dog, and at the bottom of the Lenormand deck we have the clover. So I feel like this person, like they feel very connected to you. They feel loyal to you. So maybe for some of you where this is romantic, this person is trying to get qualified for this house or apartment so that maybe you two can move in together if you're not cohabitating. Or like there's just something, it could be something here about them wanting this for, like I said, their future, but this future could include you. With looking at these Lenormand cards, it feels like this cross has a cup in the mid in the center of it. So there's like deep emotions here. It's like a spiritual emotional depth. With the dog here, it's like loyalty. This person could be your best friend. And it feels like this may be something that they would like to share with you if they're able to attain it. They may not talk about it right now. They may have not shared it with you because I think they would prefer to make sure they're able to attain this thing, this house, this apartment, this new job, or whatever it is, and then share it with you. Like they don't want to speak too soon. And it feels like with you, with the clover here at the bottom of the deck, there's like, coins. So this is giving me luck vibes, abundance vibes. They feel very like stable with you, feel lucky to have you in their life at whatever capacity you guys are together, whether romantic, platonic, whatever. Okay, this person feels kind of lucky to have you in their life, and it feels like they're very loyal to you, and there's like a spiritual depth to this connection that makes them feel really good. And look at right behind the clover is the key. So this could be like a key to a new home, a key, like this is unlocking information, unlocking a door, you know what I mean? So it feels like maybe, yeah, I just feel like this person is really trying to make like a big purchase or make a big move that they felt led to make, and right now they're just kind of maybe like flip-flopping a little bit about whether or not they were right in what they were feeling when they felt like spirit was leading them in this direction, which I believe spirit was leading them in this direction. But the problem is that I think your person isn't used to or doesn't like the feeling of someone else having to make a decision about their future. That's kind of what it feels like. But as far as how they feel about you, pile 2, it feels like they feel very loyal to you, very spiritually connected to you, very lucky to have you in their life. They feel abundant, and it feels like this is something, whatever they're going after, this is something that they will want to share with you eventually once they know that they have it. Okay, pile 2. So that was your reading about what's going on beneath the surface of your person. Hopefully that resonates with you. Comment, like, and subscribe, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.